So this video is basically just a cozy magical vlog with a few different cute things that I've done, and I really hope that you find it interesting. I just had the Beltane gathering which I showed you, and I was really pleased with how it went. It was very cute, and I was really nervous to do it because I always look at these kind of events and think like, oh, I wish I had someone I could do that with, I wish I could go and do this kind of thing. But then I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna do it myself. I'm gonna host it, like I'm just gonna see what happens. So yeah, I just had a couple of people around. We made flower crowns, which was quite hard actually. It was with dried flowers, so I think it was a little bit more difficult, but I think it went really well. Everyone's looked so cute. And then we had some food. I'm trying to make like kind of herby stuff, so I made dandelion cookies, and I made some jam tarts, and then my friend Kirsty made lemon curd tarts, which were mwah, and then my other friend made some scones as well. So yeah, we had like a cute little selection, and then it wouldn't be Beltane without the fire. So even though it was kind of drizzling, I was like, we are going outside, we are getting the fire on. So we just had the fire pit outside in the garden, and we just kind of like, yeah, chilled and talked around the fire. And then I was like, let's all write something that we want to bring in and burn it in the fire, and let the Beltane fire, like, yeah, help it come to fruition. So that's what we did. And yeah, it was cute, it was a success. So I think I'm going to try and do one for summer solstice, and obviously it's going to be a lot sunnier and warmer hopefully, so maybe make like some cute places to kind of sit around the garden, and yeah, just do the same thing again basically. But I'm really enjoying trying to like bring people into some of these little magical moments, and just make them myself when I can't find them in other places. So yeah, hope you enjoyed seeing Beltane. This vlog is a little bit all over the place as well. I'm about to go down to London to do something quite special and interesting with my friend Kirsty, who was also at Beltane. So I just need to get all sorted for that, get packed and go, because I've literally just been away. And what I was gonna tell you about, ooh, crazy light, was I went away with my friend Sophie. We basically wanted to have a weekend where we just took loads of like magical fantasy inspired photos of each other and ourselves, like, you know, get the swords out and the flowy dresses and the armor. So I was gonna make a little vlog, and then I literally forgot my camera. Like, I traveled for 3.5 hours, and then I was like, I've forgotten my camera. How is this even possible? On a weekend where we're supposed to just take pictures and videos. Luckily she had hers and we had phones and stuff. So I'm gonna put some pictures here because I'm so proud of them. They went so well and we just had the best weekend. Like I laughed until I was like crying my eyes out. Yeah, it was just so funny and it was so much fun. I love Sophie. And as well, the most magical thing happened out of nowhere, and if you live in the UK you probably saw it as well. Out of nowhere, the northern lights, like literally the aurora borealis, just came and appeared in the sky. And we obviously were in this like cabin in the middle of the woods, and yes, I didn't have my camera to actually take any videos, but again I'll put some pictures here. But we just went outside in the cabin and could see like all the like streaks in the sky, and then when you put your phone camera up it's dramatically more rainbow than it is in real life. But it was so magical. We were just stood there like ah, and there were like bats flying around everywhere, and yeah, it was just like such a beautiful unexpected experience. I didn't know what was going to happen. So that was just a really good start to that weekend as well. And yeah, I just felt like emotional. And yeah, now I'm off to London, so I'm really tired, but it's going to be good. It's going to be very good. And then I'm off to Ireland the week after, so it's a little bit of like a crazy travel-y time in my life, but I'm happy with it. It's very good. But yeah, it was just so magical, like so many just lovely experiences recently, so I'm feeling really grateful. So I'm back from London now, and I just wanted to tell you a little bit about the trip basically, and what we were doing there. So my friend Kirsty is an artist and an archaeologist, and she worked on a project with the Pitt Rivers Museum in Oxford to basically, they wanted to bring in pagans, modern day pagans, to do a workshop with their collection of magical historical objects, and just people who were kind of spiritually invested in the items and just understand what they meant to them, how they can make the collections more accessible, and just get a better understanding of like how folk magic practices are still done today and that kind of thing. That's just a really brief description, but from everything she was telling me, it sounded like really like moving, kind of magical experience with a lot of different people like leading spell workshops or ritual, or yeah, just sharing their art and stuff. And it's a really cool project as well, because for a lot of pagans, some of these magical objects and artifacts and stuff, it's like going to your little church, or they mean a lot to you. And a lot of pagans, like myself included, I wouldn't have a clue how to search for these things and know about them. So a lot of work was done to understand how to even like catalogue items with certain keywords and stuff so people could find them and it was more accessible. So extremely cool project. And then the after event was at Treadwell's Bookshop in London, which is a really cool magical bookshop, and Kirsty invited me along to that. So I was a little bit intimidated and scared because we had to kind of come in, write like a little name badge and then what we do, like who we are kind of thing, and everyone had the coolest stuff on their name badge. Everything from like Egyptology to like death rituals, like just so many cool people who were like really well educated, like a lot of academic people who worked in museums or research. So I was kind of like, ooh, what have I got to offer? So I just put writer on there. But yeah, I got talking to some really interesting people about, yeah, just like magic and folklore and history and like cool projects people were working on. Kirsty made a horseshoe charm in response to the project, and she made like little miniature versions of some of the magical objects that they looked at on the horseshoe. Very cool, very beautiful, and she kind of like talked everyone through that. And then another woman there made a cyanotype, which I'd never heard of this before. It's like I still don't really get how it works. It's like a big bit of fabric and you put objects on in the sun and the sun like imprints them on. So they made like a little gathering, I suppose, of all the magical objects and then stuff that people brought as well. So she showed that. And then there was a poetry reading as well by Callum James, and that genuinely moved me to tears. It was so beautiful, and that was in response to the magical objects as well. So yeah, I was like literally in tears. So yeah, we just went down to the basement, had some wine, listened to that, and then just mingled really. And I get scared when I hear mingle, I'm like, oh God. But no, it was really nice. I think the wine helped. But yeah, it was good. And it was, sometimes you feel like, oh, I'm just the only person in the world interested in this stuff, but you're not at all. And there's loads of people out there who are doing really cool, interesting stuff. So it was a little reminder to me to like just get out there more. And yeah, that was the London trip. I also got Hellebore zine from one of the bookshops down there. And I've got a lot of zines now, but I don't actually have Hellebore yet. And it's kind of like folk horror, occult, pagan zine, and basically I just love the vibes. It's so cool. So I got this one to start with. It's the Wild Gods issue, so I can probably pick up some more of these online as well. But yeah, that was it really. I just wanted to share that with you and just, yeah, share that experience because it was such a cool, like wonderful experience, and kind of like reinvigorated me and made me want to write more, go to more events, put myself out there more, and like connect with more people and do magical things. So yeah, that was it really. I just wanted to share that with you. So I keep doing things recently where I have so many kind of like poignant moments or like really special situations happen, and it just feels like the same messages are like coming back over and over and over. So I've just written them down. Messages coming through right now, and that have been coming through for months really, is 3 kind of key things to focus on that are really important. So I must continue writing, finish my full-length novel, get Oak and Tongue, which is my folklore collection, into physical shops, post more of it online, and I really want to attend events and read poetry aloud. I think just hearing that recently, I was like, this is the way it's supposed to be heard, and that would be really scary and a big challenge for me, but that's something that I would like to do. I've also written I must continue making videos, so focus on the magic in life, reach more women, and inspire and continue to create community. And then I must heal my body and relationship to it with balanced meals and intuitive eating, with no calorie counting, which I've been counting calories since I was about 10 years old. It's terrible. I've had a lot of problems with it. Strength training, yoga, and flexibility. I must love my body and trust it in all phases. So that's what I've written. Those are the messages that are coming through with every experience I have. These are the kind of things that I keep coming back to that I need to focus on and really do. So yeah, I was just thinking about that a little bit, and yeah, now I'm just gonna have the rest of my tea.